Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? It is so nice to see you. It is so nice to be back in front of the camera doing another video for this channel. Um, oh yeah. So, The Last of Us Part 2 has officially come out. Everybody's been playing it. Everybody's been talking about it. And originally, I wanted to do a review, but until I get more people, that might not be something I can do at this present moment. But I'm definitely gonna do it. This is a game I definitely want to talk about. So more people come to me so we can talk about it. But in the meantime, we're no strangers to honest trailers on this channel. So let's do an honest trailer for The Last of Us, since we haven't done one of those in a while. And because I hadn't done one for Last of Us, the first one, I figured, why not do both Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2. So let's go check out the first one first, right here, right now.
The following trailer is rated H for honest. Also, spoiler alert.
Big time
From the
spoilers.
studio that for some reason isn't working on a next-gen Jak and Daxter comes a PlayStation exclusive so bleak it makes Killzone look like Kingdom Hearts. The Last of Us. Experience the game critics tripped over themselves to shower with praise.
It was awesome.
And was a near unanimous choice for Game of the Year.
Yep.
But they're actually kind of right. The game is amazing. What? I gotta be honest. Experience yet another take on the zombie apocalypse, but instead of ancient curses or chemical warfare gone wrong, this time it's a really bad case of allergies.
Yep.
Now, the only one who's immune
Fungus.
is Ellie, a teenage girl with the face of Ellen Page and the mouth of a salty truck driver. Play as Ellie and her protector Joel, a guy in his late 40s with a mysterious past and a mean case of old man strength.
Yep.
Follow along on their father's sort of daughter road trip through a beautiful world of linear corridors and strategic cover.
Yep.
Where you'll encounter horrific sights
Oh, I
along the
hated
way,
that.
like torture, I ain't got time for this, suicide, Pittsburgh, dead children,
Oh, that was sad.
more torture, more dead children,
Sam.
and the ultimate horror of leaving your best friend hanging.
Really? Just gonna leave me hanging?
Wow.
What is wrong with you, you monster? Face enemy AI that hunts Joel down relentlessly while completely ignoring Ellie.
Yep.
And make your way through the apocalypse with hardcore survival tactics like super listening to things, prison quality arts and crafts, and pinpoint brick chucking.
Sounds alright.
Test yourself in an unforgiving multiplayer mode where you die in 2 or 3 shots. A crafting system that has you explore every corner of the game world for supplies. And the biggest challenge in gaming history, keeping it together during the giraffe scene.
The neck birds.
Fight the fields. Fight them. So play through an epic title on your PlayStation 3 or 4 console. And if you're too poor to afford one of those, wait patiently for its release on PC and Xbox.
Nope.
Any day now.
Nope.
Any day. Aww. Starring Juno Everdeen, old Nathan Drake, and a really bad yeast infection. Left for dead. Come on, guys, I can't be the only one who murdered all the helpless doctors in the surgery room at the end, right?
I did.
You all did that too, right? Tell me I'm a good person! Be sure to subscribe for more honest game.
It's actually even worse for me because I used the flamethrower. Yeah, my brother and I used the flamethrower when we did it, so who's the real terrible person? Yeah, so the first game's awesome. I played it really, really late. So let's just move on to the second one. Let's do Last of Us Part 2. Actually, I have headphones. Let me use my headphones.
Rated S for spoilers.
Tons of spoilers.
This video is brought to you by Facebook Gaming. We're building the world's gaming community. Join us and help shape a creator-first gaming platform where you can build your own community around the games you love to stream.
Okay.
From the studio known for its cinematic masterpieces.
Yep.
And also this Pants Bandicoot.
Hey,
Comes the sequel
Crash
to
is awesome.
one of the most highly regarded hallway shooters in gaming history that brings innovation to the series in a way the world has never seen before by sucking every ounce of joy out of it. The Last of Us 2. Swallow the bitter pill that is The Last of Us 2 as Neil Druckmann reaches deep into his nihilism to bring you a brutal depiction of the evils of human nature once again.
Yeah.
Except instead of any underlying message of hope, everyone just wants to torture and murder each other. As the sequel tries to capture the lightning in a bottle that was its predecessor, but manages to light it on fire instead, creating a Molotov cocktail of controversy with rumors of extreme studio crunch times, massive story leaks, swapping out voice lines and character skins in trailers, extremely restrictive review agreements, and absolutely historic review bombing, as basically everyone on the internet decides that the game is either a monumental work of art or an absolute flaming pile of trash, when the real answer is somewhere in between. It's an unparalleled technical achievement that makes you feel like a pile of trash when you play it.
I don't know if I agree with
the
that.
overgrown wreckage of Seattle, as you explore a city turned into a lawless crater of destruction in the aftermath of a pandemic, much like actual modern Seattle.
Yeah.
As you explore beautifully designed set pieces of dilapidated buildings, broken bridges, and dense forests that start off with a surprisingly open zone to explore at your own pace, before funneling you back into one-way corridors for the rest of the game, where you'll pick through every last closet so you can hoard half scissors like they're elixirs in a Final Fantasy, crack safes with the combinations that people helpfully left on notes 5 feet away.
Yep.
Find your 18th pristine guitar so you can play your girlfriend the world's
I
worst
missed that
cover
part.
of Take On Me.
I missed that the first time I played it.
And solve environmental puzzles designed so they can show off their rope physics tech, while the hint button screams at you to move along so you can get to the next cutscene about savagely beating someone to death. As the game's incredible acting, animation, and environmental design do their best to cover up for the fact that this entire series is basically Dark Uncharted.
Yeah.
Crush yet another dog's skull in the graphic combat of The Last of Us 2, as the already gruesome executions of the previous games are given the best treatment money can buy, and your horrendous murders are rendered with extreme detail, which would probably be more effective if we hadn't all been desensitized for the past 2 decades to think this stuff is awesome. As you angrily MacGyver a variety of guns, bows, and makeshift explosives to smash your enemies into pulp, or go in quiet with the signature stealth mechanics that will have you hearing through walls like you're the f***ing Daredevil, to sneak up behind your foes and take them down quietly with your now infinite shiv. Then get immediately spotted because of the 2-minute-long choking animation, and be forced to die-hard your way through the rest of the fight, mashing the dodge mechanic to duck and weave like a seasoned boxer if they get too close, until you get caught and watch yourself get butchered like poultry, or get your head mashed in with a hammer, or get your face eaten off, and so on and so forth. In unforgiving combat whose brutality is pretty satisfying despite its best intentions. And definitely the high point of an otherwise unrelenting slog through terrible circumstances and worse decisions that will have you saying, "Man, I can't wait till I get back to the part where I shotgun a guy in the face and his friends cry out his name in anguish." Experience the full misery of The Last of Us 2's narrative as the sequel decides the tone and characters of the previous game just weren't up to par, and kills off one of the first game's main characters within the first couple of hours, setting off a John Wick-style revenge plotline that will have Ellie murdering hundreds in a quest for her father figure's killers. Until you get to the twist, and they have you play as Joel's murderer. Then expect you to be sympathetic because she decides to not kill some kids, I guess? Which would have had more impact if the game wasn't based on you mowing down literal platoons of people and then torturing them for information. Not to mention the extremely convenient encounters as secondary characters appear out of nowhere, then are taken out just as unceremoniously. That have little to no impact on the story because you never actually gave a about them in the first place.
I wouldn't.
As The Last of Us 2 desperately struggles to be poignant by making the character you control do dumb and unspeakable over and over again, and then tries to make you feel bad for controlling them. All while making the same tired point about revenge being bad that was cliché in biblical times, in a narrative that will leave you feeling as hollow, pointless, and nihilistic as the world of The Last of Us 2. I mean, at least the protagonist of Spec Ops: The Line had a way out. So shiv that clicker and get ready to feel like shit. In a technical marvel that's the closest that video games have ever come to the feeling of reading a great work of literature. In that it feels important, is occasionally fascinating, but mostly just sucks to get through. If you really want to save $60, just put The Walking Dead and The End of Old Yeller on at the same time. It should give you about the same experience.
No.
Starring Ellie Degenerate, Mazel Tov, Rhonda Drowsy, Short Round, Hunger, Asia. Excuse me. He's not even.
Okay, this is funny.
Okay. This is just getting ridiculous. Kill Jill 2, Depression Boogaloo. You know, the most unbelievable thing about this game is trying to make us think that people are going to play the PS Vita during the apocalypse. We all know that the Game Gear is the post-apocalypse console of choice. It's a handheld and a brick.
Video games.
This video is brought to you by Facebook Gaming.
Okay.
We're building the world's...
I don't know if I agree with a lot of what he said. Well, I don't really want to talk too much about the game because I do want to do a review on it, but I think although it is like there are parts of it that are really, really tough to get through, like emotionally wise, I think it's a really great game to play. And I wouldn't even say that the message was revenge is bad, revenge is bad, revenge is bad, which is something so cliche. I'd even argue that the message was about forgiveness, and really what Ellie does at the end shows that she doesn't allow that cycle of violence to continue on with her, because at the end of the day, had she done what she did, then somebody else would have came after her, so on and so forth, and the cycle continues. So I don't know about that. I wouldn't, and like, yeah, no, I wouldn't say I had fun playing this game, but it's definitely a great game to play. Like, just from a story point of view, from getting to experience these two stories with these characters we love so much, it's definitely something that I wouldn't say was a chore or something like that. But hey, that's just, my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe to stay tuned for more videos. I will see you guys in the next times. Love y'all. Later.